Welcome to 75 Stories, a podcast created to commemorate the 75th anniversary of Normandale Lutheran Church in Edina, Minnesota.
My name is Diana Leland, and I started singing in the Normandale Choir in October of 2023. I loved being here, so I joined the congregation in November of 2024. The reason that I first came to Normandale Lutheran Church was the music program. Having worked in the Edina community for 28 years as a choral director, Normandale was always known to me as a fine congregation with a beautiful music program. And I had attended a church whose congregation was diminishing, the choir was diminishing, and I felt that I really needed to sing in a real choir prior to going on to my heavenly home. So I had heard that Greg Peterson had come to Normandale and that things were thriving here, and I determined that this was the right place for me to come and sing and worship. When I came to Normandale and was singing in the choir, it was really obvious to me that Normandale has a wonderful, thriving ministry program that is based on teaching and preaching the word of Jesus Christ. The other thing I felt that was really important is that this church community is so very welcoming and caring and compassionate, and it has a very positive outreach into the community. Music has always been a very vitally important component of my life. I grew up with a grandfather who was in the ministry for 50 years. When I was 2.5 years old, as the eldest grandchild, I got to sing my very first solo on Christmas Eve. My grandmother was the organist and the choir director at that church, and when I was 7 or 8 years old, I learned piano from my grandma and just took off from there. I played in band and sang in choir through all my junior high and high school years. I majored in music when I was in college and at my graduate school. So music has been a vitally important part of my life. So coming here to Normandale just enhanced that. The music here is fabulous, and it is just something that you want to be a part of, particularly if you're a musician. But it helps me live my faith every time I sing. Singing in the Normandale Choir has afforded me a great opportunity to make new friends. And it seems like every week I come here, someone says to me, "Diana, we are so glad you are here." And, that just feeds my soul. My life has been a wonderful musical journey, and I feel abundantly blessed that Normandale has been a part of that.
We are so glad you joined us today here at 75 Stories. If you'd like to share your own story, please contact Christy Shepard at kshepard@normluth.org. Join us next week for another story, and share this podcast with your friends and family. We are all part of the Normandale community.